What's up, fellas? So I had a subscriber ask me, man, how to attract a dime piece. Well, guys, it's actually a lot easier than you think. And dimes, just for the record, have more flaws than you think. A lot of them on the outside are very beautiful, but a lot of them on the inside are very insecure. All right? That's because that's the type of guys that they've been dealing with. A lot of them have dealt with nothing but ballers and players and liars most of their lives, because those are the highest status guys that approach them. So that's usually what they've been dealing with. The problem comes into play in most of those guys are players and liars, all right? Which makes dime pieces very insecure. So a lot of the dimes you see are the very attractive women you see, they're going to be very insecure. All right, so I just want you guys to know that if you do go up and attract a dime, that she's probably gonna have a lot of trust issues from the guys she dealt with in the past. She's probably only dealt with high-end, high-status guys with a lot of games, guys with a lot of women, because those are the only guys with the confidence and the abundance mindset to approach them, to get them and keep them and deal with them. Most guys, it's just not going to have the true confidence to go up and approach a woman that's a high status woman, a high quality woman that's a pure dime, and pull her, because they're going to be nervous, they're going to treat her, they're going to be too nice, they're going to put her on a pedestal, and she don't want to be put on a pedestal. She want a guy that she can look up to, not a guy she has to look down to. All right, so I just want you guys to know that the only way you're going to attract the true dime is you got to genuinely believe you're on her level. And don't just say it because it sounds good. Oh, I think I'm on her level. No, you really need to genuinely believe that you're on her level, which is only going to come if you've been doing the self-improvement. I said it over and over and over again. Ain't no fucking shortcut, guys. Stop looking for a fucking shortcut. If you want a high-quality woman, it comes from the self-improvement, improving your sexual market value, which makes you feel like I'm entitled to that woman. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck what you heard. All right, and the one thing that players and ballers and guys like that, guys with game, understand is that she's just a fucking woman. Her pussy smells like fish from time to time, just like any other female. All right, so the guys that attract her, they understand that. And guys that put her on a pedestal, the guys who feel like they would be lucky to get her, seem to think that she has no flaws, she can do no wrong. That bitch pussy smell like tuna from time to time, just like every other bitch. All right. Now, one thing you need to know about most dimes is that they don't get approached. Most times, they get a lot of cat calls, they get a lot of stares, they get a lot of social media messages, Facebook, Instagram, and if they got a profile online, they get flooded with messages. But when they out in public, the average guy just does not have the balls to go up and approach them with genuine confidence. The most they'll get is a, hey, babe, hey, mama, hey, some bullshit like that. Not a real, true, genuine approach, all right? So I want you guys to know that just you going up, making the approach, you already heads and bounds above most guys, because most times they only get approached online through social media or something like that, or a friend of a friend. Most guys cannot go up and approach a true dime like a man with respect and be like, excuse me, I'm such and such, what's your name? Would you like to go out and have a drink sometime? Most guys do not have the balls to go up to a very attractive woman and do that. They only have the balls to catcall from down the street, hiding behind a fucking tree. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got the balls to go up and approach a woman like that. All right, so just you going up, making the approach, you are already leaps and bounds ahead of her. Now, another thing you need to understand too, guys, is it's the same rules apply. All right, you got to be somewhat, she got to be somewhat attracted to you. You ain't got to be a fucking dime to her, but you at least got to be a 5 or a 6. You got to be somewhat attracted to her. I don't give a fuck how smooth your approach is. She got to be able to look at you and be able to see you pounding inside of her one day. If she can't see that, no game, no nothing you can do, no approach is gonna matter. She got to look at you and at least be able to see herself sleeping with you one day. All right, and I don't believe in complicated approaches. You leave it up to that. Go up, make a manly approach, excuse yourself, introduce yourself, ask her name, and ask her would she like to go out and have a drink sometimes. That it. All right, you're gonna offer her your number. She might decline and say, I don't call men, and that's fine. You take her number. All right. Now that you got her number, this woman here has been put on a pedestal ever since she fucking started growing tits. So soon as she was fucking 9 years old, guys been kissing her fucking ass. I want you guys to understand that. And she fucking sick of it. That's why she's only attracted to the players and the ballers and the guys with game, because those are the only guys who got the balls to stand up to her, because they have an abundance mindset. So they don't put her ass on a pedestal. So that's why she gets treated like shit by dealing with those guys, because those guys have an abundance mindset. Most of those guys have multiple women, so they don't put her on the fucking pedestal. And when she try to give a normal guy a chance, she ends up friends on him because he puts her on the fucking pedestal, because he's not accustomed to dealing with women of her quality. All right. So the first thing you want to do is you want to treat her just like you would treat a 6 or a 7. All right. And I know it's hard to fucking do when you got a girl that you just fucking drop dead gorgeous. You want to call her as soon as you get home or the fucking next day. Guys, you got to treat her the fucking same. If you do anything that puts in her head that you putting her on a fucking pedestal, she's gonna lose attraction, because in her head she don't want to date a guy that's not accustomed to meeting women of her quality. If she get a hint of that, it's gonna turn her off. All right, she don't want to be the highest status woman you have ever had in your life. All right, so you got to act as if, even if you haven't. So calm your hot ass down. You got to chill the fuck out. All right, so now let's say you get to the date. It's gonna be even extra hard because you're super attracted to her. Guys, you gotta relax and don't be fucking doing that little nervous laughing and talking too fast and shit. Chill the fuck out. She's just a fucking woman. You gotta have an abundance mindset, and don't go into it thinking like, I don't want to fucking blow this. All right, you gotta go into it thinking like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll meet a chick hotter than her tomorrow. You can't put her on the fucking pedestal, guys. All right. Now, there is a downside to dating dimes, and I've dated plenty in my life. And guys, let me tell you something right now. If you're dating a true dime, and I can't speak for white families and stuff, white communities, but in the black community, if you got a dime and you go out, you can be prepared for some shit. All right. I am 6'4", 6'5", 225 to 230 pounds, and I am telling you that when I've went out with dimes from time to time, I've had to set guys straight, because guys tend to be fucking haters. So I just want you guys to know that sometimes dealing with very attractive women can cause a problem, because guys be fucking hating. Now the funny thing is, they only hating because you with her. If you was not even with her, they wouldn't even fucking say nothing. They'll be fucking sitting over at the table with their balls between their legs, scared to fucking approach. But since they see you with her, they just hating on you, and they tend to want to start shit. So you guys, if you go out with a dime or something, just be prepared for that and be ready to stand up like a man. All right, be prepared for it. If she's a true dime, I'm not talking about a 7 or 8. I'm talking about a fucking true dime, a drop dead gorgeous woman. I guarantee you, be prepared to stand your ground, because if you run into some fucking haters, and it's like 3 or 4 of them, I guarantee you they'll probably try to do some little disrespectful ass shit. You be ready to check them. All right, that's first and foremost. You guys need to know that's one downside to dating a very attractive woman. Another downside is they tend to have very high insecurities from dealing with the players and ballers. So she won't trust you, all right, just from dealing with those guys in the fucking past. And they tend to have low self-esteem, even though on the outside they're beautiful. When dealing with those players and ballers and guys like that guys who have multiple women, those guys, those lies and all that cheating and bullshit they done did, it tears them down on the inside and make them feel like they're not good enough. So a lot of dimes are not as high status in their mind as you might think they are. I know when you see them out walking around, they spread around like they, high status and sedity, but mentally a lot of them are broken from dealing with those type of guys. A lot of them have dealt with nothing but ballers and players for the most part, because those are the only guys that had the confidence and the swagger to keep them or deal with them. All right, so you need to understand that a lot of them have very low self-esteem, and a lot of them have a lot of trust issues from dealing with guys like me, because I'm no fucking good. All right, I done broke a lot of them bitches down. All right, so those are the aspects of dealing with a dime, guys. You just got to have your confidence on swag. You can't put the bitch on the fucking pedestal. That bitch smells from time to time, just like every other bitch. Ain't nothing special about her, all right? Only thing is she's beautiful on the outside, but there's nothing special about her. And you just need to know that just you making a manly approach, a true approach, I'm telling you, a lot of them are more single than you think. A lot of them are dating, but a lot of them are not taking, because even when they meet a dude that they like, he end up becoming putty in her hands full on, because most guys can't help but to start getting pussy whipped when they around a woman that they are highly attractive to. Guys can't help themselves. They just get booty whipped like the motherfucker, and the woman starts pushing them over and she lose attraction. So a lot of very attractive women are single, guys. So just you making an approach, if she's your type, if you're her type, or somewhat her type, and she gives you a chance, all you gotta do is be confident and not put on the fucking pedestal, guys. It's actually more easier than you thought. Now, you getting her is just really, you making a true approach, and you getting her is just up to Mother Nature. Either she like what she see or she don't, all right? You ain't finna turn into no dancing monkey and try to entertain a bitch to get her fucking number, give her your number, or whatever. Either she like what she see or she don't, guys, all right? And just don't put on the pedestal. It's just that simple. And if you go out and y'all start dating, and especially if she dressed sexy, be prepared for ignorant ass niggas, all right? There's some ignorant motherfuckers in the world that when they see you with an attractive woman, they ain't got no other choice but to hate, all right? So you be prepared for that. When you go out for that, have in your head mentally, I ain't taking no bullshit from no hating ass motherfucker, all right? All right, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Holla back.